Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you? I'm fine. What's that from? That's some kid song. I don't remember. But anyway, good morning. I am out of the gym. The boys got on the bus. It is hot outside. No, it's not. It is cold, but that's all right. I should bundle up a little bit more, but whatever. Headed to the gym, and I am pumped for today's leg day. And yesterday's kind of miscellaneous day went well, but today got legs and leg focus, a little bit of back exercises too. But what do I got? I got some sumo deadlifts. Why am I excited about doing sumo deadlifts? Sumo deadlifts? It's because I think last week something clicked in my form, and we'll see if it carries over and be able to push a little bit more today. I'm excited about that. Then I also got the hip thrust. You know, my glutes are going to bring all the girls to the yard or something like that. I know that's not the song, but anyway, I got hip thrust, and then I got lying leg curls, and then I got single arm dumbbell rows. So only 4 exercises, but 5 sets for each exercise, so 20 sets for today. And my glutes, my hams and stuff are going to be pretty nice and cashed, should be by the end. And yesterday I was even feeling my legs from Monday's workout and the leg day, and so but they're feeling pretty good today, and so excited to get that leg day going, pushing. And so with my sumo deadlifts, it is a little awkward doing them because at the Planet Fitness they just have the Smith machines, so I gotta do it on the Smith machines. And so if you're ever doing like sumo squats or anything really where you gotta hold the bar real hard, is I do it on the straight machine, because there's an angled one and there's a straight one. I do it on the straight one, and also I have to face the opposite direction that you normally do, because when I have my hands tied in there with my straps, it tends to turn the bar. And if you're facing the typical way to face a bar is it starts turning the hook into the thing that it latches the safety on, and obviously makes that a big pain in the butt when you're trying to do those. So I gotta face the opposite direction that you normally do and use the straight path, because if you use the angled path and you're facing the opposite way, then you're lifting out instead of in, and it just doesn't really make sense. So maybe I'll start going to the Y for those days and doing them. But I also kind of like I'm not going to any competitions and such, so it's not like I need to be able to do it on normal barbell ones. But maybe I will try that like at the YMCA or something, or maybe look into another club. Who knows? But any which way, I'm excited about it and going to get that pumping today. And it's weird doing the barbell thrust, the hip thrust. It's normally because you only see chicks do it, and the coach wants me to do it. But I tell you, I could see why, if girls want to make their butt bigger or whatever, is why they do that. It's because, man, whenever I could just feel it pretty much instantly. But anyway, so that's the workout today, and seeing good progress. I am down a little over 10 pounds right now from the start of work with my coach and the nutrition plan he's got me on. Now, I was bulking before, and I don't think I was probably bulking the best way. I was just, I wasn't eating bad food, unhealthy food. I was just eating, I think, too much food for what I needed to do. So slimming down a little bit. And this morning I was 180.4. 180.4. Now I got a digital scale, and it only does it increments of 0.2. I don't think it's the super most accurate one, but it's good enough to give me my trends. And so I'm down about 10 pounds or so, a little over 10 pounds, I'd say. Also doing measurements around my belly button, and that's down quite a bit. I measured that today, and what was it at? 33? I don't remember exactly. Now, the measurements aren't going to be perfect, because I notice, like, when you do it, it changes depending on how you move your stomach in and out or whatever, obviously. And I'm not going to be sucking in or anything like that. But that's also been going down. And then my measurement around, like, my of hips, butt, or whatever. I don't know what you call that measurement. That's been gone down a little bit, but now it's basically been staying the same, even though my waist is going down around my stomach, which is cool. But anyway, enough of that talk. But actually, no, it's important because you got to measure these things. You measure your progress, and you see how things are going. Like when you're doing your weights, track your weights you're doing, from a week-to-week basis. Are you able to get, if you're doing the same weight on the next week, are you able to get another rep or two out? Or if you're going to do the same amount of reps, then increase your weight. And so having to always be pushing and tracking. And if you start to stagnate, well, you need to change something up. Maybe you need to, they call it deload week, rest a little bit, an active rest, and give your muscles some extra time to heal up, and then go after it again. And so you always got to be tracking your progress. But anyway, let's go to some sales talk and some business talk. So yesterday was day 2 of some sales training with some loan officers. I'm going to be doing it again, probably starting next week. Got some more loan officers starting, and we interviewed another loan officer. I think we're going to give her a shot. We gave her an assignment to do, so assuming she does the assignment, then we're going to give her a shot. If not, then we're not going to. One of our ways of filtering people. But yesterday we did training on prospecting, and we did training on a meeting. And so when you prospect, which is called cold calling, to get a meeting, and then the meeting, the meeting of how do you handle that appointment with that person. And talk about prospecting meeting is one of the key things I try to teach to our salespeople, really everybody in all of our departments that we have, is that we have to be different and do things differently than how other people do them. And it's because most people, we don't want the results that they get. Their results are not at the level that we want. Now, if somebody's results are at the level you want, by all means, do it the way that they do it. But if it's not, and you want better results, you have to do things differently than how they do them. Now, when I say differently, it doesn't mean that, okay, hey, they make cold calls, I shouldn't make cold calls because that's not different. I'm not talking about tactics. You can do similar tactics or even the same tactics, but how you approach the tactics is what's important. Like for cold calling, is when you're cold calling, is almost every person that cold call does it the same way. Is they are boring, they are just rushing through it, they are not relational. It's just, hey, it's a cold call and you want to get them off as soon as you can. Well, knowing that going into a call, that means that as you approach the call, your tonality it's got to be completely different than how somebody else goes about it. When most people are cold calling, they're rushing through to get to the ask. Well, don't be rushing through to get to the ask. Now, I'm not saying that you just waste time on the call, but slow down a sec and connect with them. One of the most important ways to connect with someone is when they say, hey, is this John? Or is it, hey, John? Yeah? Hey, John, it's DJ Christofferson, Fast Mortgage Closings. How are you today? Now, everybody does something similar to that, right? And they'll ask that same question, how are you doing today? But when most people ask that question, how are you doing today, they don't really actually care how you're doing today. It's just the formality. Well, one way to be different is when you ask, how are you doing today, actually listen, care, and respond to how they are doing. If they are doing well, hey, I'm great. I'm glad to hear you're doing well. Repeat back to them, mirror back to them the exact words of how they are doing. And if they say, and people are like, well, what if it's something negative? Well, I want to know that. And I put people before profits. Profits do come. And so if something's going negative, how are you doing today? They say something along those lines. Oh, I'm sorry. What's going on? Listen, answer. Now, well, some people respond, some people won't say it, but when you put people first, good things happen. If you're putting yourself first, it's because I don't really care how you're doing, I just said it, is it actually goes against you because they know what you're doing. They know that you didn't really mean it. I definitely want to talk a lot more about this, but I'm at the gym, so I got to go. Have yourself a great day. More to come soon. See ya.